All right, what it do, y'all? You know what it is. It's Carlito's Way Facebook. Today's topic. All right, so earlier I posted this because I thought it was interesting, and this woman looks happy. She said it's not normal for a woman to want to be a man's equal or to give herself to many men and make the excuse that men do it so I can. We were created to be married and be a man's helper. Moving like a man would never get a woman the outcome she is looking for. That's just trauma that needs to be dealt with. Truth matters. Modern woman accountability. Now, see me, I wholeheartedly agree with her. And I posted this this particular status. I posted this in a group, right? I posted this inside of a Facebook group, all right? And these were the responses that I was getting. Hold on, give me 1 second. It was one woman on there that was like, the Bible got these women, crazy, and this, that, and the third. Then it was women that was laughing at the post, and this, that, and the third. So let me tell you what I said. All right, y'all ready for this? Let me tell you what I said about that. Let me tell you what I had to say. So I went and commented up under the post. I said, for those of you who come here to bash this woman's perspective, let me break it down. I said, when she says a woman is not meant to be a man's equal, she is referring to being a man. Which is obvious because the woman clearly said when women try to come from a man's perspective and say they do it so I can, they end up being more hurt because a woman has a womb, okay? And a woman's womb is internal, not external. So when a woman tries to be like a man and she wants to have sex with all these dudes, she ends up ultimately feeling broken because, okay, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but women form a soul tie more easily than men do because there's sperm involved, and when a man ejaculates inside of a woman, those traces of that sperm goes to a woman's brain and it's with her forever. So women who sleep with a lot of men, especially having raw, unprotected sex with men, they tend to be crazy. Now y'all can look this up. There's a science to this. And this is a science that is real facts. You know what I'm saying? Women who tend to have sex with a lot of men, especially having raw sex with men, tend to be crazy or tend to have headaches and, can't exactly get their head on straight and can't really figure out what direction that they want to go in life because they have been inhibited by a whole lot of men's sperm. Okay. So let me finish reading this. And for my viewer that hopped on, I'm going to start from the top. I said, and we're talking about this post real quick. So my viewers who just hopped on here so I can show y'all because y'all missed it. And I already showed this post at the beginning of this live. But I want y'all to see what I'm talking about real quick. All right, hold on. Let me pull it up so y'all can see it. Give me 1 second. I'm talking about this post right here. All right. This post right here. Hold on, let me get it. Right here. Read that. Read that post. I'm going to read it for you real quick. It was this woman. She seems happy, She said, it is not normal for a woman to want to be a man's equal or to give herself to many men and make the excuse that men do it so I can. We were created to be married and be a man's helper. Moving like a man would never get a woman the outcome she is looking for. That's just trauma that needs to be dealt with. That's what she said. And I posted this post in a couple groups, and the first couple people that got on there was other women. I'm just like, damn, it's crazy how it's like a lot of y'all women, and I see this in y'all posts, so I know this is, I'm going to say 80% true. Some of y'all women like to see other women happy. But a lot of y'all don't like to see other women happy because y'all not happy. And that really needs to stop. Like, y'all really need to quit it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to quit this shit. But let me tell you what I said. Because, like I said, I had a lot of women that got on the post and they was like, the Bible's messing with these women's head and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, damn, why I gotta be all that? So look, this was my response, and I responded to the whole group. You know what I'm saying? I said, for those of you who come here to bash this woman's perspective, I said, let me break it down. When she says a woman is not to be a man's equal, she is referring to being a man. That's why her next subject, her next line was saying, when women tend to have sex with a lot of men, they're broken. And I'm going to break that down. I'm going to get into that. So hold on. I said, when she says a woman is not to be a man's equal, she is referring to being a man. A lot of y'all women try to compare yourself to a man on a physical level and many other perspectives based off of your own perception and philosophy, which is incorrect. I said, what she is saying is a woman has her own lane and is in her own light, which you don't, a woman like, hold on. Let me say this next line and I'm going to break it down a little bit more. I said, she is saying a woman has her own lane and is in her own light, just not needing to be compared or equal to a man being a man. A man is not a woman's equal. Facts. Men could never be a woman's equal. That's why it trips me out that y'all support transgenders. And this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not saying anything to bash anybody's way of life. To each their own. But a lot of y'all women be supporting like transgenders and guys who basically want to be men. And that should be crazy to me because y'all support it. But get mad when a man comments on the way a woman thinks or something that a woman does, but y'all support transgenders and y'all support men who want to be women when they clearly not a woman and can never be a woman and can never compare to a woman. And it's not a woman's equal because they are not a woman. No different from a man. A woman can't be a man's equal because she is not a man. Just like a man can't be a woman's equal because he is not a woman. Y'all with me? Y'all see how modern day, what they got going on out here, I call it the 2030 agenda. You see how it's just messing with y'all's head? How it got y'all thinking? It got us, first off, it got us warring with each other when we're supposed to be working together because we're both equal and opposite, which puts us both in our own lane to be great, right? So let me finish saying this. I said a man is not a woman's equal because he cannot nurture or cultivate the planet as a woman can. I said, you see what's being said. Divine order has laws and masculine and feminine. Feminine, a lot of y'all don't know nothing about that, but I'm going to get into that on another post. Has specific roles on this planet. Beyond this plane, everything goes into the divine feminine, which has no gender. Do your research. A lot of y'all don't know that feminine energy outside of the physical world, it has no gender. It has no gender. Outside of this physical world, everything is the ultimate feminine, which is omnipotent, which is creation itself. Creation itself has no gender because creation created everything. Does that make sense? A lot of y'all don't get that. Creation created everything, and you don't know a time that creation didn't exist. Y'all with me? All right. So let me go back and finish what I said. So I said, beyond this plane, everything goes into the divine feminine, which has no gender. Do your research. It is creation itself. You all claim to have so much knowledge, but do not understand the all. Omnipotent. Okay? Now, talking about the all and the council of the all and the powers that be in the intergalactic federation into the intergalactic world that's out there. We're gonna talk about that on another live, okay? So this specific live, I want to talk about why do women bash other women when they're in their own bag, when they are in their own lane, when they have their own happiness. So my viewer that just hopped on, you're gonna have to go back and backtrack because I've showed several things on another phone. So you're gonna have to go catch this live once I get off this live to catch up. But I don't understand why women get upset when another woman's in her bag and she's happy with her man or whatever the case may be. Y'all need to stop that shit, man. Because that right there is causing division between us. Because how you gonna get mad that another woman loves her man, cherishes her man, makes sure that he's fed on the daily and takes care of him, and I'm pretty sure he does the same in return, which is why he's getting the best of her, right? So I don't understand why, you know, a lot of y'all women, man, y'all be bashing other women for being happy, man, you know. And I found it very odd that when I posted this post, and it's another woman, and that's another thing y'all hate. Y'all hate when another woman shares her truth. Don't get mad at another woman sharing her truth because her truth is not your reality. And that's something else that's for another live. And I don't know if y'all can read that. I don't know if it's reflecting on your end the way that it's supposed to be reflecting. But don't get mad at other women expressing their truth, okay? Y'all need to stop that. And this woman's truth was, it is not normal for a woman to want to be a man's equal or to give herself to many men and make the excuse that men do it so I can. That is trauma, love. That is trauma. That's coming from another woman. So what y'all gonna say now? That's trauma. A lot of y'all women need to heal before you get into a relationship with a man. Just because you had a bad experience with a man does not make all men like that. All men are not predators. All men are not rapists. All men do not want to see you down bad. But certain ones do, and they're hurt and they're broken too, the ones that do. The ones that want to see, you know, their counterpart, or want to see their mother, their child's mother go through turmoil and cause turmoil in their life, they're bitter. Okay? And y'all need to learn how to heal. And let me explain to y'all what healing actually is, okay? Healing is when you no longer blame other people for your trauma. Okay? That's what healing is. When you heal, you don't blame somebody else for your trauma and what you went through, which a lot of people do. That is called being bitter, and that is called not being able to get over your trauma and what you went through. Because what a lot of y'all fail to realize is that everyone has went through trauma. So when you try to get on a platform or you're having a conversation with somebody else and you get to talking about your trauma and trying to make it seem like that overrides everyone else's trauma, that's bullshit. I just want you to know that. And that's why a lot of the times when a lot of y'all go on y'all's little rant and little raves where y'all feel like y'all need sympathy, people laugh at y'all and people overlook y'all and keep it moving. Because no one has to sympathize with you because you went through some trauma. Because in the back of their mind, they could be thinking, I went through the same shit. But I don't have to tell you that I went through the same shit. I don't have to tell you that. That's another thing. People need to stop expecting. See, when my world came crashing down because I came into a realization that no one has to tell me shit about them. No one has to tell me what they see. No one has to tell me what they're going through. No one has to tell me shit. So when I get to explaining myself and I'm being transparent and I'm talking to somebody else expressing my truth and they come and say, yeah, I've been doing that. I already knew that. I've already experienced that. I can't be mad because they don't have to tell me what they went through. They don't have to tell me what they've experienced because healing is something that you do on your own time. If you choose to express yourself to somebody or someone, that's what you're choosing to do. You're choosing to put your testimony out in the open. That's for you. I want you to know that is for you. That is a good thing to do because it helps you heal. It's called humiliation. It's a part of waking up because, and I'm going to talk about this on another live. Legend has it that when you carnate into this planet, you already choose what body you want to carnate into. You already choose your parents. You already choose everything. Everything is chosen. You choose to come here for this life mission. That's what they say. That's what legend has it, you know. And, you know, I only know so much. I only can go with what I feel is truth in my soul and what resonates with me. And that's how everybody should go with what's true and could be false into their life, because no one knows the absolute. Okay? Because it's not like there's somewhere we can go to get everything affirmed for us, because we all are our own universe. That's why they say universe, because you have a unique verse to give to the planet, and you have a unique verse to live on this planet, because the word is God. You understand? It says it in the Bible. That's why it's called the universe. You with me? And the whole Bible, little do y'all know, and a lot of these ancient books are based off the human body. And I know a lot of y'all find that hard to believe, but I'm telling you the truth. Okay? Do your research. Find out. But yeah, I just wanted to touch base on this post. And I think that it's odd that women get upset when other women express their truth and they're happy living their truth. Stop that shit. Because, love, you live your truth. Your reality is your reality. So when you get on her and express your reality, no one can tell you about your reality. Just like I can't tell anyone else about their reality. I can only come from my reality. And if where I'm coming from on my reality resonates with you, hey, let you know that we one and the same, right? Peace, love, and light. Till we meet again. Have a pleasant evening.